Coming to you from the Globesville studios in New York City, welcome to the Biz Show. I'm your host, Mylan Studart, and the Biz Show is bringing you all the news your pockets want to know. On this episode of the Biz Show, we will help you learn how to start saving. Saving for a gift, saving for expenses like college books, and if you think long term, saving for retirement. Rule number 1, income minus expenses equals discretionary income. This means you can only begin to save money after you pay your bills with all the money you earned, or the allowance your parents gave you also. What you do with that money is called discretionary spending, which means you can do whatever you want with it. But before you decide what to do with it, remember, saving money gives you options. And here is why you should save. For emergencies, if you get sick or laid off from work, for unexpected expenses like a car breaking down or losing your Metro card, also to help you pay your student loans after graduation, and to put a down payment on a house or take a trip. There are so many reasons. It's just good for you to have money in the bank for anything. So here's how you start. First, write down all of your monthly expenses like rent, groceries, utilities, insurance, transportation. You get what I'm saying. Next, subtract that from what you earn every month. Once you have a number, put everything left in a high-yield savings account. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Since we all want to have fun, we need to put a little bit of that money aside too. Let's say we use the 50-30-20 rule of thumb. This means you should spend 50% of your income on living expenses, 30% for discretionary spending, and 20% on saving. So for example, you made $2,000 this month and your rent is $1,000. That's 30%, that's 50% of your income right there. But we're in New York City, so necessities will always be more here than in other cities. Your groceries are $200 per month, utilities $150 including Netflix. Transportation is $121 for an unlimited Metro card. And let's say $200 for everything else. Your expenses add up to $1,671, which leaves you with $329 to save and to spend. Take all that from the $329 and put it into a savings account, but also allow yourself some fun. Let's say you use the $29 to eat out. Here's how your money adds up, how your $300 saved adds up. $300 times 12 months gives you $3,600 saved a year. That's almost 2 months worth of income in case you want to quit your job or you lose it. Here's the next thing you do. Find which bank gives you the best savings rate, so you can get free money from the bank in form of interest. You will have to do your research online. Just Google banks with the best savings rates. Here's one website that will give you some names. Depositaccounts.com/savings shows you dozens of banks across the country where you can put your money and get different annual percentage yields, or APY. We found one bank that gives you 1.3% APY on your money. Bear in mind, some of these banks require minimum deposit, but some don't. Take that $300 per month you're saving and put it in a 1.3% APY account every month. At the end of 1 year, you will now have $3,925.45. That's $327 more, and you did nothing. That's how you take advantage of banks. If you don't want to ruin your savings spree, don't use ATMs that charge you $3 fees for every time you use them. Take a set weekly amount out of your bank account and use it throughout the week. That will also help you with spending less because seeing the money actually physically leave your wallet will help you not spend that money. Here's another tip while you research for the best bank account. Checking accounts, saving accounts, money market accounts, and CDs all have different APYs. That's why you have to search for the best account for you. Checking accounts barely have any APY at all. If you're trying to save money and see it multiply, you won't see it happening in a checking account. Savings accounts are a little bit better, but they're not as good as money market accounts. The APY on money markets are higher because banks pay you to park your money with them. They use it to invest in the money market. But don't worry, because your money won't leave your account. A certificate of deposit, or CD, has a higher APY because that account is an account that you can't really touch. The APY is higher because the longer you leave your money in that account, the more money you'll make. But you will be charged a penalty if you take that money out before the expiration date. I don't recommend that type of account, the CD, because you don't really know when you're going to need your money and have to take it out and pay that penalty. Our final tip is to take advantage of banking offers. Have you ever gotten advertisements from banks in your mailbox? If you have, take the offer. By the way, I'm not talking about credit card offers, but banking offers. I was recently offered $500 just to open an account. This is what came to me in the mail. An offer for me to put my money in here and get $300 bonus just for opening a checking account and $200 just for opening a savings. There was a minimum, so I took all my emergency savings out of my regular bank account and I put it in Chase, in this account. And they gave me $500 for doing nothing. After 90 days, $500 wasn't in my bank account. If you can't come up with a minimum amount that they request, you can ask your parents. Tell them about the offer, and they can put their money in the new account, and you share the profits. If you're not getting these offers in the mail, Google it. Search top bank account promotions, and you will see banks offering you free money just so you can park your money with them. And the reason is, the more money they have in their coffers, the more money they can use to invest, to make money for themselves. And next year, take that money out of Chase and put it into another bank that gives you another bonus offer, like HSBC, this one. Now we have our Biz Show reporter, Manaidi Solar, bringing you updates on who is winning at saving. Manaidi, what do you have for us this week?
Thank you, Mylan. This week, I'm excited to share several success stories about young people just like you and me who saved over $10,000 in just a few short months. How is this possible, you ask? Simply by consistently using the very same tips Mylan suggested. Their stories also reveal several other savings hacks for you to use daily. First up is the story of David, a 26-year-old New Yorker who saved over $18,000 in just 6 months. He took advantage of the 0-day challenge. And as various social media campaigns have proven, we love a good challenge. Well, according to David, the 0-day challenge is very simple. Just spend 5 minutes at the end of each day tracking your spending and count the number of days you spend $0. The challenge is to increase the number of 0 days per month. Because the more 0 days you have, the less you're spending. And the less you're spending, the more you're saving. It's that easy. Be sure to visit the website 0daychallenge.com for testimonials and helpful tools for saving tons of money. And to read more about David's tips, visit his website 0dayfinance.com and follow his journey to financial freedom. Next up is Ellen, an 18-year-old from Australia who also used simple methods to save $10,000 in just 8 months. This college student hopes to save enough money to buy a house by the time she graduates with her 4-year degree. Wow. Now, saving money was the last thing I was thinking about during my freshman year. Now, Ellen was inspired by Canna Campbell, an Australian financial guru who came up with the $1,000 project. The idea is to take one big financial goal and break it into smaller goals. In this case, parcels of $1,000. Although intimidated at first, Ellen was determined. So she looked for ways to save and earn extra money outside of her regular salary. She did babysitting, tutoring, and sold old electronics on Gumtree. She prepped her meals instead of buying food at school, and even used the age-old piggy bank trick, which actually added $600 to her savings account. Constantly improving and sticking to her methods have become Ellen's way of life. Achieving financial goals now comes naturally. Visit Canna Campbell's website, sugarmama.tv, yes, that's her website, and check out her YouTube channel for loads of financial advice and DIYs as well. If Ellen and David can do it, so can you. Take on financial challenges like the 0-Day Challenge and the $1,000 project and begin your journey to financial freedom today.
Wow, Manati, those are great stories. I definitely got to check out the 0-Day Challenge. And remember, no matter what you do with your money, ask yourself if you really need it before you buy it. It will save you a lot of money over the years. There will be more on spending in our next episode.
Next week, we'll help you save money by spending it. Wisely, that is.
Be sure to send us any financial questions you're trying to know, you're dying to know, and the answers, and we'll try to answer them. Tweet Globesville and add hashtag the Biz Show. Remember, if you like what you see, and especially what you hear, share us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, adding hashtags Globesville and the Biz Show. Here's to you, millennials, becoming business savvy in 2017. I'm Mylan Studart.
And I'm Manati Solar.
See you next week.
Girl, you took my